Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? I hope well. My name is Kent. The channel is Bitcoin. EOS Bitcoin San Diego. Ever since I changed the name, I've never been able to get it right. My name is Kent. I'm in San Diego, California. The time is about 11:02, and we are May 18th, 2021. Hopefully, I got that right. But anyway, today has not been a good day. And I'll bring up the markets and we'll take a look at it. Let me go back to a better screen here for you so we can look at the markets together. Um, this has not been a happy day for me. And not only has it not been a happy day for me because the markets are down, it's not a happy day for me because I take this very personally and passionately. If you want a clinical analysis of charts and you want to hear about people saying we're at the bottom or we're at the top or whatever, and it's very clinical, go ahead and watch them because you're not going to get that from me. I've got too much. What would you say? I'm too much of the Scottish Irish of my mother, and I got too much passion in me, and I got too much of you know, what would you say? I don't know what you would say. I have too much passion in me for this. I take this personally. Take too much of this personally. So when I see these kind of red numbers, I'm not a happy camper. And of course, it's hard to make videos when you're not a happy camper. But this is the best time to make a video. And this is what I'm going to tell you right now. There's two things about crypto that you always got to remember. Number one is don't get over leveraged. A lot of this could be people dumping positions because they're over leveraged. The second thing you always want to do with crypto, you don't want to be in so deep that you need the money to live on. So that's another reason why you don't get in that deep. And you also, the other thing you want to do is you want to maintain some sense of context. This is one day, one week, a small time in a bigger period. I've been through these days before. Like I say, we fought the good fight for a long time with our challenge token. We fought the good fight with these Bitcoin and Ethereum for a long, long time. We have had good days and we've had awful days. Unfortunately, this has to be one of the awful days. So yeah, we're taking a beating like everybody else. But they're really, when I look at the reason why Bitcoin is going down, I don't really find one. Let's go to the internet and find out. I mean, if I go to Bitcoin and I just, let me pull this out of the way so we can see it better. We go to Bitcoin and we could see that there really isn't any news, any new news. They're talking a little bit about China, but they're always talking about China. China might do something with cryptocurrencies and how that may affect Bitcoin. Who knows? But that's always been on the table. Of course, we've talked endlessly about Elon Musk and his tweets about the renewable energy that, of using Bitcoin, saying Bitcoin is an energy hog, using up too much energy. That's another endless argument. And all these arguments are just within a few minutes of anybody doing some intelligent research will find out none of these arguments make any sense or hold any water. So why even talk about them? They've been around forever. So we really have no news that is dropping the Bitcoin market. So we've had Bitcoin take a huge slide here recently. Wow, 31% in 7 days. Why? Like I say, I believe in Bitcoin so strongly personally that I'm personally attached to it, involved with it. If you want to hear that, somebody talk negatively about Bitcoin, you're not going to hear about it on this channel or EOS or anything else in the crypto space. I will certainly scratch my head over tokens like Dogecoin because I don't see it doing anything. But that doesn't mean I don't own some Dogecoin. That doesn't mean I haven't been involved with. That doesn't mean I don't want it to go up. I'd like to see Dogecoin go all the way to $1 or $2 or $3. Cardano. I mean, I've all these coins at some time I've been involved with. Chainlink, all these coins as I scroll down here. Ethereum Classic, the original Ethereum. Yeah, I mean, all this coins. So I'm EOS, heavily involved with EOS. We run it on the EOS blockchain. And there's a bunch of others that we watch very, very closely. And of course, I'm very passionate about this ever since I listened to the book or watched the book, G. Edward Griffin, The Creature from Jekyll Island. I realized how the system ran. I was a farmer in Nebraska for many, many years. We struggled very hard to make a living out there. And I always wonder why, man, we can't make a living. We work hard. We do everything right. Why did we not make a living? And I realized that the commodity markets were always against us. They were always, always against us, no matter what we did. If we had a great year, prices were down because of oversupply. If we had a bad year, prices were down because somewhere in the world they had a good year. So it was a constant battle. And once I read that book, I remember the day that I heard the program, the initial program of G. Edward Griffin on the radio, and this is in the 1990s. I ordered the book, and of course, in those days, you didn't get anything immediately. It took forever to get it through the mail. It was a very thick book, I think well over 1,000 pages. I literally sit down and read that book in a day or two because I was so fascinated by it. And after I read the book, I couldn't believe it. I thought, and of course that was pre-internet days, or it was pre-internet because early 1990s. So you really didn't have access to the internet, especially where I was at. I was in western Nebraska, very little access to anything out there, including the internet. So yeah, it was a pretty shocking event for me. I'm glad that the good Lord has given me enough time to see Bitcoin come alive because it's something I've dreamt about, something I've thought about for many, 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 many years. I actually become very discouraged with business, got very discouraged with everything until I found Bitcoin. It renewed my energy, my enthusiasm. It was a great way to connect with my oldest son because he was very much involved with it. So yeah, this is my child. I mean, and I've studied it so well. I believe Hal Finney was Satoshi. You could argue with me, but I do believe Hal Finney was Satoshi. At the time Satoshi was alive, my son was going to Arizona State University. They were within a very close proximity of each other because he was living in Arizona right before he passed away. There's a lot of connections between us and Bitcoin and over the years, and I just believe in it strongly, and I believe that the anonymity of Bitcoin makes it so powerful. We don't know who Satoshi is. I believe it's Hal Finney, but I don't know. I don't have complete evidence of that. And I've listened to a lot of interviews or people talk about Hal Finney. And of course, he was certainly questioned before he passed away whether he was Satoshi. And a lot of people very vehemently think that he was telling the truth when he said he wasn't, and he didn't know who Satoshi was, and that he was completely, had no idea who Satoshi was. But when you look at the fact that he lived very close to someone named Satoshi Nakamoto, and when he was the first person to receive the Bitcoin transactions, you don't receive Bitcoin not know where it's from. I mean, come on, this is the first Bitcoin transaction going to Hal Finney, and he didn't know who it was from. I find that hard to believe. And of course, what would you do if you were the first person to do something or invent something? You would test it yourself, and I think that's what he was doing. He received the first transaction from the Bitcoin blockchain, or the first coins. He received the first coins. I can't remember how many it was, with 100 coins, I believe, or something like that. And then I've listened to Vitalik Buterin, who's probably one of the most knowledgeable people in the world about Bitcoin. He believes too that it's kind of indicates that it's Satoshi is Hal Finney. So yeah, this is because the anonymity of it, because it's deflationary, because it is digital, and because it is so powerful, and it'll change so many people's lives. And thank God I've gone through 2 major heart surgeries to keep me alive this long. I hope to stay alive a little bit longer, and I want to continue to see this drive on. And I hope the world fights back, and the world doesn't let this go any lower. If I had to make a guess about this, I would say that right now you have major money interests trying to drive the price down, simply because they'd like to enter the space. The best way to enter the space is to clean out everybody that's over leveraged, drive down the price as far as they can, and then to start to enter the space. And that's probably what's happening. You're seeing major money interests starting to enter this space at this price. They're not going to give you a huge premium on your Bitcoin when they come in. They're going to want to get it at a bargain. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to drive it down to a bargain price. So even though for us that have been around for a while, and if you're in it this year, I think you're still up. You're still up. So it's not a negative thing, because over the last year, I think we're up still. We're up over a year. Over a year, we're still up over 300%. So yeah, we're not hurting. But yeah, we're some of those gains that we've had are totally taken off the table here recently. And of course, we're not going in the direction we want to go, and that's the problem I have. Not that we're losing a lot of money, or that we're hurting, but we are wanting this to go the other direction. That's the main point I'm trying to. We're going the wrong direction. I don't want to go this direction. I want to go the other direction. I'm in it for the long haul. Like I say, this is very passionate for me, something I believe in and I love very much. So that's why I'm here for the long haul. So I'm not going to worry about Bitcoin today. I'm looking at Bitcoin 6 years from now, hopefully 7 years, 10, 15 years from now. if I live that long, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking at the long term. So that's what we're in for. And if you're in for that, this is a minor blip, but it is like everything else. And you have a bad day, it hurts, and this hurts, and it's a bad day, and it hurts me personally. And like I said tonight, it was hard for me to get ready to make this video, but I wanted to make this video because we got a lot of good news to talk about too. And I do think this is entry point for a lot of large money. So when the large money starts to hit the market, it's going to definitely bounce back very hard. It'll come back very, very fast, faster than we can imagine. Let me refresh, but I think 39,471. I hope I don't lose my line. So yeah, 39. Yeah, I actually think that it probably dropped down below 39. Let me see what the very lowest was. Yeah, it's been, I don't know if it got to 38 or not. I thought I did see it go to 38. But anyway, we're in territory that we don't want to be in. That's what I'm saying. So, you search the news about Bitcoin, nothing really too jumps out at you, nothing extreme. Nobody hacked the chain. Somebody, one of the big central exchanges didn't go down. Something didn't happen. I don't know why this is happening. I do believe in the future that there is going to be some regulation on this, but that's going to be like a rolling brick. It's going to take forever to get the regulation in place. And that's not driving down the price this far in one day. Like I say, I think major money's coming in to try to drive the price down, try to get these people to get out of the positions that are being held that are over leveraged. That's what I think a lot of this is. And then, of course, when you sit there and you think a Bitcoin is, down. So what is up? Go to the commodities. Let's take a look at commodities. Well, let's look at Dow Jones is way down. Dow Jones Industrials is off today. The S&P 500 is off today. The NASDAQ is off today. Oh, well, the gold and silver's got to be going up. Well, gold's up a little bit, but it's still down. From where it was at its high, 52-week range. Look at this. It's cut its way off. It's 1873 versus 2089, so it's not doing well. Crude oil, natural gas, unleaded gas, heating oil, gold, silver's down. Silver, platinum, copper, corn, soybeans, wheat, everything's down. So everything is down. Stock market is down. The Dow Jones fell 267 points because value took a breather in some lumps. So nobody really knows. All we know is everything's down. But we do know, while everything's down, a massive amount of stimulus is being printed and created every day. The government keeps intruding in our lives more and more in return for a stimulus payment. When I was in Nebraska farming, I was one of the first farmers, or one of the first years of farming, who received something called the pick payment. Prices had gotten below the cost of production. Of course, they don't want to lose the farmer, so what do? They give you a program payment to keep you in farming so you continue to stay. As we continue to move forward, people have a harder time with staying in business simply because of inflation and because the way the economy is run and the stimulus and all this other money printing. You will see more and more of this. The government's going to step in and help people out. And as they help people out, they'll give up a little bit more of their individuality. And I think that's what you're seeing. And that's the direction we're going. So everything is down right now. But now we have good news to talk about. So we've talked about the ugliness of the market. We've talked about the ugliness of where Bitcoin is at right now. But there's one thing that we have to talk about that is doing very well. And of course, let's go there. Let's just go back to the screen. Not that screen. That's the screen I'm on. Let's go back to this screen and go back to the internet. Because we're going to go to Challenge token. That is our token. That's a token we developed. We created. It was my son's idea. Of course, we're down as like everybody else. If one is down, they're all down. And that's the way we are right now. But we have had some very good news with our challenge token. One of them is that we may get listed on Coinbase. If anybody knows anything about Coinbase, they said Coinbase is absolutely the ultimate in exchanges. It's the best there is. The reason is Brian Brooks, who used to be chief legal officer for Coinbase, was the comptroller of the United States currency. How can you get any better than that? They've just gone public on the NASDAQ. They are probably the most trusted custodial there is, Coinbase. To get listed on Coinbase is literally everything. And we've been in contact with Coinbase, and I'm going to show you a couple things here that may be of interest to you. We've actually had some interactions with Coinbase. And let me make this bigger here so we can read it. This is one of our, we said, hello, sir. Haven't heard from you. We're concerning the CHL tokens listing. John Letter, I'm sorry, however you pronounce his name, says, hi, listing from is right. We are aiming to review applications in the backlog, including yours, within 30 days. So they're reviewing our token right now, and they said they're going to get back to us in 30 days. Okay, so and we were found out today that we're one of 100 that may be listed. So we are getting some very positive news from Coinbase, and there's something else I want to show you that's even better than this. If hopefully we can get out of this without too much. Yeah, we'll just get out of this here. Go back to this, and I'm gonna expand the screen a little bit. I'm gonna show you something. It's gonna take a second for me to bring it up here, but this will be another thing that's very, very interesting to you. And I'm about to pull this up on my cell phone. Of course, I have to do some things. Okay, let me make sure there's nothing here. This is challenge token. I don't know if you can see this or not. Oh gosh, it's just not going to be able to be seen. Too much glare. Man, that's too bad. I don't know if I can take a screenshot of this or not. But this is our challenge token on Coinbase. They're actually tracking challenge on Coinbase. And they're telling this asset is not yet supported by Coinbase, but it's on Coinbase. And you can find the price and you can actually watch it on Coinbase. I'm going to see if I can do a screenshot of this right now. Put it on my screen. Why not? We got nothing else going on. The market's going down. Let's take a screenshot of this and let's put it on my on this live stream. So let's see if we can get this done. Upload it to, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that or not, because I'm gonna have to upload it to some place where I've got personal information. Oh gosh, what can I do here? How can I get this to you guys? Let's do this. Let's try to do a try and airdrop here. Wait. Okay, that might work. Okay, I didn't want to pull it up on my Gmails or anything like that. Okay, there we go. We'll just pull it off here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pull this up. This is Coinbase. Live shot from Coinbase. I pulled this up on Coinbase. So here we go. I'm gonna pull this up so you guys can take a look at it. I'm gonna expand it, and here we go. This is challenge DAC being tracked. Of course, we have a huge down with everybody else. Everything follows everything else. And this is Coinbase, actually taken just a second ago from the Coinbase app. So challenge DAC price, our price. This asset is not supported by Coinbase. This is Coinbase. This is CHL on Coinbase. If CHL gets on Coinbase, you're going to see some major fireworks. And I want to go through this one more time about how to buy Coinbase, buy Coinbase. I even own the Coinbase stock, even though it's gone down. In fact, I think it's gone down a lot. I love Coinbase. One reason I love Coinbase is because it interacts with my bank so easily. You can literally sell just a few dollars worth of your asset, and it gets right to your bank account immediately. So I'm a huge supporter of Coinbase. Whatever you want to say about Coinbase, I like Coinbase, and you're not going to tell me otherwise. Even though a lot of people don't like it because they think it's too government. Brian Brooks, the comptroller of the currency, is involved with Coinbase and everything. To me, that just gives me a little bit of security. To everybody else, they just say, "Oh, more centralization, more government control, all this other stuff." But when I used to be a stockbroker, I see that they're on a NASDAQ. I know that they're fully regulated now. They have a fiduciary responsibility to people to do the right thing, and you're not often another country that you have no idea what's going on. This is highly regulated within the United States of America, and this is the most trusted place to be. So that's why I say go to Coinbase. If you put $50, you can do it right from your MasterCard or your Visa. You set up an account. It's very easy to do. Once you do that, you got a few options. They don't even handle that many tokens. but they do handle EOS. I mean, they only have a hand list of tokens that they're actually offering. And one of the reasons I think we're something, buddy, that they're looking at is we have never done an ICO, which they say the new guy that's coming in with the Security Exchange Commission, Michael, what's his name? Gensler, I think Michael Gensler, I believe is his name, says every coin is under scrutiny, just like XRP and Ripple, from the Security and Exchange Commission because of ICOs. We never did an ICO. We never raised money from the public. So we don't have that burden on our token. So a person like Coinbase can look at us and we don't have anything where we've went out and taken people's money to build a project and then never built a project, or taken people's money without fully qualifying the investors. We never did that. We never had those problems. So Coinbase needs inventory. They are looking for tokens to list. Now that they're a company, a publicly traded company, they want as much stuff out there as possible. The more options you give them, the more things in the supermarket, the more selection you have, the more things on Amazon to buy, the more people come to shop. And that's what Coinbase is looking to do. Find more inventory. And that's what we could be for Coinbase. We could be more inventory. That's why they're talking to us. That's why they're looking at us. That's why they're scrutinizing us. That's why they're giving us the once over. That's why they're probably investigating us to find out, hey, did these guys raise a bunch of, did they raise $100 million and do nothing with the money? Did they do something nefarious? Did they do something? Are they in a country where they're not, fully vetted, or we're on, someplace way off in the Caribbean, or not a Caribbean, but the islands of New Guinea or wherever, they don't know anything about us. No, we're in the United States of America. Actually, the state of California, probably the most highly regulated state in the world. Even though I love this place, people talk about California being an awful place. Not me. I will never tell you California is an awful place. I will tell you it's the most beautiful place in the world to be, and it's the greatest place in the world to be. I'm sorry about that if you live someplace else, but to me personally, that's the way I feel about it. It's the most beautiful, greatest place in the world to live is California. I lived, in the Midwest, and of course I've been not well traveled. I was never in the military. I was never someone that didn't much traveling. Didn't even really care to. Kind of like I'm doing right now. I like being here. I mean, I like being where I'm at. I got the beach just right out our front door a little bit. Go down the road a little bit. You got the beach, and there we are. You got a nice walkway. You can see the beach, the ocean every day. You want to surf, you can surf. You want to swim, you can swim. You can do whatever. Beautiful waves, the whole 9 yards. It's a great place to be. So yeah, I'm not looking to leave California. So we are, I feel like we've done everything right, and we've paid the price too. Not only have we done everything right, we've lost a ton of money. So how can anybody have a problem with that? When you lose a ton of money, by the time you do the airdrop and by the time you hire people to help produce the product, to make the product and everything like that, you're already in the negative. So yeah, we'd be the perfect place for Coinbase to go. Somebody hasn't done anything wrong, has lost a bunch of money. So hopefully they take us on. We'd really appreciate it. But anyway, I want to go through this real quick. I did it last night, but we're going to do it again because it's that important. How to buy Challenge. Because right now, Challenge, the only place to buy Challenge, there's several places to buy Challenge, but we're not going to make it complicated. Right now, the best place to go is Newdex. Newdex, Newdex.io. Newdex.io. But first, before you go to Newdex, you're going to have to go to Coinbase. We just got through talking to Coinbase about Coinbase. I think the best regulated, and you could trade. You could trade the security for another exchange somewhere else in the world, and you could be okay. But personally, I feel more secure with Coinbase than any place else in the world. So you can tell by me, I'm a very passionate person about passionate things. I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in cryptocurrencies. Like I say, I think the good Lord's kept me alive long enough to see this because I've always had a fascination and interest in it. And like I've told you, it was actually, at the point where in my life of getting kind of discouraged with the world. I saw things getting harder and harder to run. I thought, businesses are getting harder and harder, more expensive. Everything's moving online, and of course the Amazons of the world and stuff like that were very hard to compete against. I did not envision influencers myself. I had an online business for almost 20 years. I was probably one of the original drop shippers 20 years ago. But I saw everything get more and more and hard, and so I started losing interest in things. But then when Bitcoin, my son told me about Bitcoin, and of course I was skeptical and a bit negative. Didn't want him to get involved. Told him not to get involved. He'd already did a little dabbling in it and said, "You better get your money out fast because it's going to drop." And of course he consisted and persisted, and as he did, I kind of learned more. And the more I learned, and the more I knew from my days of being a stockbroker and from my days of business and my days of understanding money and the way the money world worked, I become very, very interested in Bitcoin. And as you see with Bitcoin, because they have no inventor or nobody, there's no biases here. It's not like Elon Musk. We know he's got biases. We don't know what Satoshi's biases are. We don't even know who Satoshi is. We don't even know what country Satoshi is from. Supposedly Japan, but we don't know that. Nobody knows for sure. So it's almost like there's no way anybody can find fault with this because we don't know how to find fault with anybody because we don't even know who did it. So this is just like the gift from heaven above. This is like the greatest gift in the world. Now, when it gets beat up, that's when days that I take, those are bad days for me, and that's like a day to day. So now back to challenge. That's how you're going to buy challenge. You go to Coinbase. You set up a Coinbase account. You could put your MasterCard or Visa, link it up with your bank account, and feel completely safe. Completely safe. Coinbase is not going to take your money. They're a NASDAQ stock. The comptroller of the currency used to be their chief legal officer. They're not going to steal your money. Give them your credit card. You're going to be safe and protected. Don't worry about that. Okay, so once you do that, you buy some EOS. So here we go. How to buy challenge. Once you give your money to Coinbase, like I say, on a NASDAQ, completely secure, you're going to have to go to Token Pocket. And that Token Pocket is just in the App Store. And there it is. That's what it looks like right there, Token Pocket. Download that on your iPhone or your Android, Token Pocket. Once you get Token Pocket, you're going to have to select a blockchain. And that's coming up next. That's what Token Pocket looks like. You're going to want to select EOS. You're going to have to select it. This is the blockchain. This is the blockchain we're going to run on. This is how you're going to buy from Nudex. Import your account or create your account. If you import your account, you have to give them your private key. I feel totally comfortable with that. A lot of people don't, but give them your private key if you're if you don't feel comfortable with that, then create an account. Even better. That's what I say. Create an account. So create an account, and then you're going to have to transfer some of your EOS that you have bought from Coinbase to Token Pocket. Very easy to do. Then once you do that, select Nudex. Once you select Nudex, there you go. Now you're ready to buy on Nudex. And once you can buy on Nudex, you pick a token. Most of these in fact, they're all from EOS. They're all EOS projects. EOS is an eco-friendly blockchain created by Dan Lammer that raised $4 billion. It's still well over $4 billion, I think, was what the market cap is. I don't know what it is right now. But then you pick challenge. Right here's Nudex and challenge. You buy challenge. You do not want to buy a limit order. You do not want to buy. Don't want to buy limit orders. You want to buy a market order. Right there, market. The very top one. Select market. Once you do that, you confirm, and then you can own challenge. Or there's another way to own challenge. If you don't want to pay for it, if you don't want to go through Coinbase, if you don't want to do any of that other stuff, just download the application. It's so easy to do. Just go to the coin. Just go to your app store, or go to Android and the Apple iOS, or go to Android, and just go to Challenge, CHALLENGEEOS. I'll put the website below. In fact, let's just do that right now. Let's get out of this. And if you want to see me back on the streets, I might do some more videos back on the streets, but right now I'm going to be doing these videos. So yeah, if you're not happy with the Coinbase, and you're not happy with Nudex, then just go to Challenge. Let me see. Gotta get the right screen here. Okay, we got the right screen. Okay, just go back up here. Challenge. Challenge app.io. Here you go. There's our application. Here we are. We're the Apple Store, Apple Play Store. Go in there and just download this. And if you download this, you're going to get some tokens. There I am. There's my son, some of the team. This is City Mills. He's probably one of our lead people that takes care of a lot of the every day-to-day events with us. takes care of a lot of stuff. He's constantly on our Telegram. He can help you out. There's a ton of other people that can help you out. This is the challenge website. Just go challenge, and that's free. And you're going to get some tokens. How many tokens? I don't know. But if you want to start doing some challenges, I don't remember how many tokens we're giving out now for free. I can't remember because we change it. But you're going to get something free. You're going to get started free. You're going to get into crypto for free. You're not going to put any money in. So that's going to be a huge benefit to you. I'm going to go back and check the markets and see if we jumped up any more from 30. Yeah, we're getting close to 40. So who knows? Maybe during this live stream, we actually hit the bottom. I hope we did. I thought that last night. But we'll see what happens. But, like I said, we'll see what happens. Nobody can predict this market 100%. It's impossible. Just like I used to try to predict commodity prices when I was a farmer. Impossible. You can never hit the highs. You can never hit the lows. It's just impossible to do. So here we are. There's so many ways to be involved. You want to be involved for free. Our challenge token gives you the ability to be involved for free. If you want to get involved with Bitcoin, you're getting involved at a pretty good time because we've taken let's see, in the last 7 days, no, that's something else. Go back to the original one. We've taken a major hit. We've taken a 30% hit on Bitcoin. So if you want to buy it 30% off, here's a perfect time to get involved. Of course, let's see where EOS is at. They're still over 6 billion on a market cap. No, is that volume? That's why. They're still 7 billion on a market cap. So they raised 4. So they're still double their what they raised. So here again, we're a 43% drop in price, 43% discount. And as I said, the SEC probably will not look at EOS because they've already gone through conditional waiver where they've gotten a waiver. So you've got the tokens that are airdropped. You've got the token Bitcoin, which Gensler said he won't touch, and we have EOS, which they've already made a deal with. So here we go. You got 3 of the most important tokens to be involved with, including our own token, the challenge token. So hopefully this price turns around. I think this is a temporary downturn, but I thought that last night, so I don't know for a fact. Somebody talked about $30,000 Bitcoin not too long ago, and I thought they were crazy. So we'll see what happens. And of course, like I said, if you watch me, you're getting somebody that gets it. Here, you're getting it from the heart. And I don't want to show my heart pictures again, but I'll show you. I could show you my heart pictures. Here you are. I'll do it anyway. What the heck? You get it from the heart. My involvement with this stuff is based from the heart. There we are. There was. Let me see if I can get it over here. There's me in surgery, after surgery. Actually, just like right after surgery. This is a selfie of me. I did this myself. My wife I couldn't, with COVID, nobody could see me in the hospital. So I was so bad, I couldn't even breathe because I had my chest split open and I couldn't breathe. And I wanted to show my wife how bad I looked. So I did this selfie picture. And I took a picture of my chest and showed her how bad the surgery was. I think I was looking for a little sympathy. But anyway, it was bad. And like I say, this is from the heart. I've definitely paid the price. So hopefully everything's good. Everybody that's interacted with us and interacted with me personally, I love you all. Thank you for all your support. I rarely get a negative comment. I don't get any hate. Generally, everybody interacts with me pretty well. I've been through so much. I just showed you my pictures. And I did it the year before with the rhythm of my heart. And I think I've paid the price of being alive. And I think I even gone through the story that I had when I believe I was on the edge of death. Actually did have an out-of-body experience with being dead. It was over my body looking down and watching him, bring me back this was the year before when I had the problem and I didn't come back out of surgery from the anesthesia that I had taken. And it was a very low staffed hospital because of COVID. Everybody was gone. Most of the surgeon people that were in the operating room were not essential because they were just dealing with COVID problem. I happened to have a surgery during that time. They couldn't get me woke up. I was 3 days in a coma. And when they brought me out, I was actually watching them do it. And then when they actually got the tube out and got me back, I brought back into my body. It was quite the experience. Yeah, and I could tell people about that. I mean, I don't want to go into all that stuff because a lot of people think that's not real. But I experienced some pretty crazy stuff after that. Not only did I experience leaving my body and coming back into my body, I actually experienced the ability to hear and see and read people's minds. I had that ability for a while, so I do believe I was hovering between life and death for a while I was in that state. So God brought me back, and hopefully for a purpose. And that's what this is about. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.